And we're back for another episode. In this episode I'm going to be leveling up Leatherworker Desynth. So if you haven't leveled up Desynth before, what it's for is the ability to turn items or equipment into some of their crafting materials. Now it's also a feature available in other games like World of Warcraft, whatever, where you have disenchant or whatever. But the advantage in this game as well, that desynthing also gives you the chance of obtaining Demateria, as in Desynthesis materia, which is used for crafting loads of other things. And for example, one thing I'm really eager to get my hands on are Fieldcraft Demateria III, so I can get my supper tools on Mithrie. So to unlock Desynthesis, you need to come to Uldar, to the market area, to right here. Talk to this guy, this Snygot. And you can do this once you're a level 30 Disciple of the Hand. So in my case, I'm level 30 plus Leatherworker. So, and the quest is called Gone to Pieces. I have already done this before in another video, which I will link in the description. So let's now just go to the bonfire and get it done. And I want to show you how easy and quick leveling Desynth is, at least for the first 30 plus, maybe 50 levels. Once you get to about level 60 plus, then it starts becoming a real challenge, especially at 80 plus. But for now, I'm just trying to get as far as possible in the shortest time possible. And the reason why I'm doing Leatherworker on my ult is because I spent a huge amount of time and gil on leveling up Carpenter, Blacksmith, and Goldsmith Desynth on Mithrie. And you're capped at 300 levels, which means that you can only really get 3 of them capped out on one character. So I didn't want to ruin what I had just so I could do Leatherworker as well. So I decided to do it on my ult instead. Okay, and that's it. Desynth is available. Now, Desynth is extremely simple to do, so I'm going to explain how simple it is. Now, the good thing as well is the first 30 levels for Leatherworker Desynth are crazily easy and cheap to do. So, if I return now to the market area, and I've also going to link into the description a really good leveling guide for Desynth, which is on the official forums, which I've personally used for like all my other Desynths because it's really reliable. So what you need to do for the first 30 plus levels is, well, for the first 30 levels, let's say, is come to this guy Lolanu, who is literally just opposite, just on the other side from where you start the quest. You go to purchase field accessories, and we are after, for the first, it says 20 levels, leather chokers. So I'm going to just buy a whole bunch of them. So for now I'm just going to get 10, and I'll show you how it works. Now, because these are armor pieces, they've been put straight into my armory chest. So what you need to do to desynth an item, right click, Desynthesis. And you can see here the percentage chance of it succeeding, what skill you are. So in my case, I'm level 1. You can see here, Desynthesis skill 1, and that's it. So let's desynthesize. Failed. Oh yeah, so when it's not 100% chance to desynth, you have a chance of it failing and it just blowing up, which is something that you just get used to as you go along. But just make sure that when you are leveling up Desynth that you use the cheapest materials possible. So in my case it's 88 gil per turn, which is not much. My very first try, 1.5 skill levels are now 2.55. So again, let's Desynth. Okay, so we'll see how far I get for these first 10 tries. Well, kind of unlucky to be honest, but whatever. Okay, so for my first 10 attempts, I'm already now level 6.97, and I'll do these until level 20. So at level 20, we will continue. Okay, so continuing on, I desynthed 35 leather chokers, and I'm already level 21.06. So now the very next item to do up until level 30 plus is to again talk to the same guy, purchase field accessories, and we want hard leather chokers. So simple enough, higher level, more expensive, but whatever, and that's it. So I'm going to do again probably about, I don't know, 30 of these, and we'll see if I get to level 30. So once I'm done, we will continue. Okay, so now that I've finished desynthing the hard leather chokers, I am level 32.29. Now the next item, which you have a choice of either crafting or just buying from this vendor, is the Goatskin choker, and you can buy them for 897 each. I personally crafted them because they're very cheap to craft, and yeah, so I got 35 of them here. So I'm gonna desynth them now, and we will see how far I get. So once I finish desynthing them, we will see. Okay, so now that I've finished desynthing the Goatskin chokers, I am now level, let's see, 41.45. So you can see I'm making incredible progress. One thing I decided to pick up along the way as well is the Leatherworker's shirt, the militia all, and I'm obviously wearing the Pinger, which is I got from finishing the level 50 quest, and that gives me 306 craftsmanship, 208 control, even though the rest of the gear I'm wearing is like level 10, or you know, just random gear I got when I was doing the speed leveling. And the reason I picked these two is because they're the single most pieces that have the most craftsmanship on there. So you see 107 craftsmanship, 92 craftsmanship, and 107 craftsmanship. And the reason I've picked them up is to make sure that when I do the next item, which is Boarskin Ringbands, which I'm going to be making 35 of, that it doesn't fail too much. It shouldn't, hopefully it wouldn't fail at all, because the chances of quicksand failing is completely dependent on your gear. So I'm trying to make sure that I've got a lot of craftsmanship as possible, in at least steps as possible, to make this process simple. So once I've finished crafting these 35 Boarskin Ringbands and also desynthing them, we will continue and see which item to do next. Okay, so now that I've finished desynthing the Boarskin Ringbands, I'm now at level 47.71. So I'm making incredibly quick progress. And one thing as well is I quick simped 35 of them, and 32 were successful, 3 of them blew up. So it was 32 desymps of Boarskin Ringband that got me to 47.71. It wasn't all successful desymps as well, you know, the desymps do blow up when you're leveling up as well. So the next item to do after Boarskin Ringband, I've decided, is the Boarskin Tool Belt. And again, I crafted 35 with quick synth, and 3 of them blew up, which is why I've only got 32 in my bag. And once I finish desynthing them, we'll see what level I am, and then we'll continue. Okay, so moving right along, now that I've finished desynthing the 32 Boarskin belts I had, I'm now at level 52.19. Now, one of the advantages of desynthing is that you get the items out of the desynth which were used to craft the gear to begin with. So in my case, because I've got quite a lot of spare now bore levers and mithril rivets, I can actually then just craft more. I can craft 9 more. So I'm going to do that now. And I would say as well, these Boarskin tool belts are extremely good because they've been giving me potentially 2 Fieldcraft Demateria Is per Desynth. Completely random, but on Sargatanis at the moment, the Fieldcraft Demateria Is are selling for more than 5k each. And they cost about, I don't know, 600, 700 gil to make, really not that much. So, you know, I'm turning what is potentially 700 gil into 10,000 for each Desynth, which is great. You know, so I am losing some because, you know, I'm still leveling, and you can see my quick synth isn't 100% great. In fact, this is worse than ever. I've never had this many fail in a row. But still, you know, that's the thing. You can recycle gear, which is the great thing about desynthing. So it's not just a case of you have to keep buying new items. You can just recycle the materials got out of the previous one. So if I, for example, desynth these, so I haven't bought anything extra. Okay, so making some good progress here. You see that? 2 Fieldcraft Demateria Is. So that recycled desynths has just turned into another 10k. So I'm actually making money doing this, which is always the way to go. Like, power leveling and making money, which was exactly the same when I power leveled Leatherworker to 50 as well. Okay, so now that I've got, let's see, I've got another 8 bore levers, but I've run out of mithril rivets, so never mind. So the item level the desynth level I'm at is at 52.88. Ideally at this level range, when you're at the Boarskin belts, you would like to get to about 53. So I am extremely close. So the next item, which will take us to level 60, are Raptorskin rings. So let's see, Raptorskin rings. I think the material costs for these are incredibly cheap. I think that's why they were chosen. Okay, Raptorskin rings, yeah. So you need 1 leather and 1 raptor sinew, and that's it. So I will probably, to get to level 60, I'll probably end up crafting like 50 of these. So I'm going to gather the materials now, and then we will continue once I'm done. Okay, so what I actually decided to do for this level range with the Raptorskin rings is I actually picked up a stack of 99 Raptorskin levers and a stack of 99 raptor sinews. And I managed to craft, let's see, from the 99, 15 blew up when I used quick synth, because you can see, as you know, I'm wearing really very, very little gear, so I should be happy with that. And I kept desynthing and recycling the spare materials, and now I'm at 64.42, which is awesome, really. And now we get to the whole point of reason I've done this, is that the reason I've decided to level Leatherworker to 50 on this ult, and also to get desynth on this ult, is because you can now desynth Bridesmaid's outfits in order to get Fieldcraft Demateria III's. So, but to do that, you have to be 60 plus. So because I'm already 60 plus, you can get it here. So I'm going to show you where to go in order to buy the Bridesmaid's outfit. The quickest way is to teleport straight back to the Aetheryte crystal. The Aetheryte plaza, I mean. And there's a vendor that sells Bridesmaid boots for 6,000 gil. Who I believe should be here somewhere. Not 100% sure where. Maybe it's this one. Okay, so let's see this Rian novelty gear. Okay, here we go. Bridesmaids, Sandals, and Best Man Gaiters. So let me just quickly check which one. Okay, I think that it doesn't matter which one. So, because I'm concerned with Leatherworker, I want to get the boots, because they're 6,000 each. And if you're a weaver, you can get the leggings, which are 12,000 each, but I figured whatever, I'll get these. So, I'm going to buy, for now, 5, and see how I do. Now, obviously, 6,000 per Desynth, especially given that the first lot of these are probably going to very much blow up, is kind of a lot. So I've kind of limited myself to this skill that I have on this character. I'm not going to go through all of my money just to do it. But okay, let's try now. So Desynth. I've only got 38% chance at this level range, but apparently this is the cheapest and quickest way to get to 80 plus Desynth. So let's try. Okay, so I got undyed woolen cloth. 0.45 skill up, which is a lot. Okay, so next. Yeah, it's bound to blow up, so... But this is the burn phase. Like when you want to get to 80 plus, you're going to have to be used to losing a huge amount of money. You can see getting 0.45, 0.4 of a level per successful one, so I got 2 out of 5, is really, really good, really fast for this level range. So I'm going to keep doing this until I hit level 80, and then we will continue. Okay, so this will be the last part of the video. And what I did is I went through, I had 1.3 million gil. I bought enough sandals to spend the 1.3 million, and I desynthed them all, and I'm now desynth level 88.8. And along the way I got my hands on 14 Hippogryph leather and 15 Fieldcraft Demateria IIIs, and I put the Fieldcraft Demateria IIIs on the market board just for the sake of making money, and I crafted the 14 hard Hippogryph leathers into weapon parts, which are the griffin skin parts. You can see here the griffin skin shoulder guards, griffin skin shin guards, elbow pads, and knee pads. And the reason I did that is because they can also be desynthed. So what you can do, you can right click, desynth, desynthesize. So from these 18, we'll see what we get. And obviously my main concern is getting some extra skill ups more than anything else. On Saga Tarnis, the hard Hippogryph leathers are worth about 10k at the moment. So, getting the materials back, it seems. Another Hippogryph leather. And this is the reason I did it, is because desynthing these items do have a chance of getting a Fieldcraft Demateria III as well. So yeah, so I've done all of this just so I have the ability to get my hands on some very easy and quick Fieldcraft Demateria IIIs, and the amount of money I've made along the way, I've actually made a profit. So see, another one. At the moment these are selling for just over 55,000 gil each. So now that that is done, that will conclude the video. I'll call it the power leveling leathercraft from 1 to 90. 90 to 100 is a bit more work, but I won't cover it in this video. I don't see a point. As long as you have the ability to desynth the artisan, sorry, to desynth the Bridesmaid Sandals or the Best Man Sandals. So if I just get another pair of sandals just for the sake of it, and see what we get. Here, Desynth. Then that is the goal. So when you desynth the sandals, you have 3 items you can get: either a Spruce lumber, a hard Hippogryph leather, or a Fieldcraft Demateria III. And obviously the goal of all of it is always Fieldcraft Demateria III's, but I've shown as well how you can recycle the hard Hippogryph leathers to have another chance of getting them, because what you can do is, if you go to here, to the 2-star, to these items, you can see you need a hard Hippogryph leather, a Hippogryph leather, and a Raptor sinew to craft them. Obviously I craft these on my main on Mithrie, because she has the capability to do 2-star really easily, and then I just desynth them here. So anyway, that's it for Leatherworker Desynth. If you have any other stories or other methods or other suggestions for this video or for this type of work, let me know, and I will be sure to add it to the description. So anyway, thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Blue Sideburns.